I still love him. Believe me, like a redheaded stepchild.
Now, what was that? Now, how much did that cost?
This evening, we again thank thee for the blessings we enjoy within our nation, the freedoms you've bestowed upon us. We're thankful for those who've made our freedoms possible. We ask, Father, that you bless the leaders of our nation, our state, and at this time our community, that they may make decisions that are beneficial for our citizens. And this we pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Our meeting will come to order. Roll call, Mr. Brown.
William Agee. Here. George Jeremy. Here. Randall Prince. Here. Steve Hall. Here. Ray Elliott. Here. Martha Greenfield. Here. Darrell Kingston. Here. James Van Cleef. Here. Leslie Lewis. Here. Chris Self. Here. Joey Bright. Here. James Cassell. Here. Larry Simon. Here.
We do have a quorum. We have a copy of your agenda tonight. Even though the one that I handed out, there's one thing I need to add, and that's under number 14. We need to add debt service. I passed out a thing that has a budget amendment under debt service. We didn't have time to change it right this afternoon. Motion is made to approve the agenda for tonight. Is there a second? Second. And second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Before we get into the agenda, let me read where we are according to our trustee. General Fund $1,349,340. Solid Waste $222,097. Highway $1,385,655. General Purpose Schools $6,884,936. And debt service $1,736,203. Of course, I don't have to tell you these figures will be going downward. Tax season is over, but the expenditures doesn't work the same way. They still come in. So, but that's where we are as of right now. With that said, you have a copy of the minutes from your last meeting. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes if there's no.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor? Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Under old business, we really don't have anything, so. Under new business, our first thing that we'll take up tonight is the electing of the commissioner for District 7. District 7 lost a real good friend of mine in this commission, in this county, Mr. Donnie Lewis, Dr. Donnie Lewis, who served this county well for many, many years. And tonight we will be electing someone to fill that position for District 7. With that said, one of the things that we need to do is to vote on resolution or procedures for voting and filing of the vacancy. I think you have a copy of that resolution to establish that. This is a resolution that we've used many times over the years.
Make a motion, we accept the resolution.
Motion is made to accept the resolution in regards to procedures for voting and filling the vacancies. Is there a second? And second. Any discussion? Not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. At this time, then I will open the floor for nominations for this office.
I'd like to nominate, please, Brent Lamastus, Jerry Hankins, Tom Texter, Curry Moore, Melinda Conwell, and Richard Neal.
Chair will accept those nominations. Is there anyone else from out in the audience that'd like to be considered for this, be placed in nomination? If not, the nominations will cease. And we have 6 good candidates. At this time, I would ask our election register, Ms. Kay Robinson, to verify that each 6 of these candidates qualify for this office.
Yes, sir. All 6 of them.
All 6 of them do qualify for the office. Well, then what we'll do then, we'll allow each candidate to have 1 minute to come up and to address the legislative body and say whatever they'd like to say in 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute. You're not going to be able to tell us your life history, but and we'll do it alphabetically. So at this time, Miss Melinda Conwell, would she come forward? Is she here? Just remember, I'm keeping the clock.
You'll need to with me. I appreciate the opportunity to address the board. I have, like I said before, I moved here 5.5 years ago. I love Houston County. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful community. I hope everyone got the letters that I mailed, which gave you kind of a brief overview of the things that I had participated in before I moved here, and then the things that I have been involved with since. Like I said, I think this is a beautiful community. It's been a great place to raise my daughter. I feel like it's home since the moment I unpacked all of my stuff from the move. I would take the responsibility very seriously and would give it my full attention to the citizens of District 7 and to the county. And I appreciate your consideration and ask for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda. Next, Mr. Jerry Hankins.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight, and most of you know me. I've been here all my life and worked a lot in the community. Care a lot about the people and care a lot about this county, and I'll do the best job I can. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jerry. Brent Lamassus.
It's a privilege to stand before you tonight and ask for the nomination of this 7th District Commissioner. It's a position that I've looked at many times, and in previous elections that we had good people running and everything, and I just didn't entertain to try to get into the race and fulfill that obligation. I've been in this community for most all my life. My dad worked at Southern Gage. I got out of high school, went to Dixon Area Voc Tech, took a 1-year engineering course, started to work at Southern Gage, and worked in the shop for a previous number of years. And now I work in customer service, and I, enjoy talking to the customers. And I'm married, been married for 39 years to Miss Lillian Self Lamastus. I have 1 child, 2 grandchildren, and I will pledge to you tonight, the commissioners and GE and the residents of the 7th district, that I will do everything in my power to uphold that position and give you 120% of everything of my efforts and abilities. And the people that know me here know I don't operate any other way. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. Mr. Curry Moore? Brother Richard Neal?
I won't take but a second. You all heard me Wednesday night. I appreciate your just considering me tonight. I've been serving. That's what I've done most of my life. Youth center, Bethesda Mission, the nursing home, lots of places besides pastoring. And I appreciate your vote. If you do, that's fine. If you don't, thank you.
Thank you, Brother Neal.
It's a hard thing to ask a Pentecostal preacher for 1 minute. Lived here for 19 years, raised my children here, the best place I've ever lived in my life. My children are well established here, and I'm going to ask you for your vote, and appreciate all that you do.
Thank you, Mr. With that said, gentlemen and ladies, I'm going to ask the clerk, Mr. Brown, to call out your names, and you choose who you vote for. And then we'll go by the procedures that we have.
William Mason. George Sherman.
Brett Lamastus.
Randall French.
Lamastus.
Steve Hall.
Jerry Hankins.
Ray Ellis.
Hankins.
Martha Greenfield.
Conwell.
Gerald Kingston.
Jerry Hankins.
James Van Fleet.
Brent Lamastus.
Leslie Lewis.
Tom Dexter.
Chris Self.
Brent Lamastus.
Joy Bright.
Brent Lamastus.
James Frizzell.
Brother Neal.
Larry Sykes.
Brent Lamastus.
Conwell 1, Hankins 4, Lamastus 6, Moore 0, McNeil 1, Texter 1. So according to our procedures, all the ones with no votes and the low vote will be dropped off. So that means Melinda Conwell will drop off, Curry Moore will drop off, Brother Neal will drop off, and Tom Texter will drop off. And now we'll go back and we'll re-vote again on Jerry Hankins and Brent Lemastus.
William Major.
Jerry Hankins.
George Chairman.
Brent Lemastus.
Randall French.
Lemastus.
Steve Hall.
Jerry Hankins.
Ray Elliott.
Jerry Hankins.
Martha Greenfield.
Jerry Hankins.
Gerald Kingsley.
Jerry Hankins.
James Van Fleet.
Brent Lemastus.
Leslie Lewis.
Lemastus.
Chris Sell.
Brent Lemastus.
Joey Bray.
Brent Lemastus.
James Bazell.
Hankins.
Larry Sykes.
Lemastus.
Lemastus 7, Hankins 6. It took 7 votes to be elected at this time. At this time, Brent, would you come forward so we can swear you in? I, Brent Lemastus, do solemnly swear that I will perform with fidelity the duties of the office which I have been elected and which I am about to assume. I do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of Tennessee and the United States and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Commissioner representing the 7th District of Houston County. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Judge Clark, could we give all the candidates a hand?
Well, sure.
Good to see the good people.
Now, you know that the new commissioner has to buy lunch for everybody and dinner for the week.
Okay, let's get back. Now we have our notaries. We have one new notary, Miss Dana Phillips. Is she here tonight?
Yeah.
Miss Phillips? Okay. Also, we have several renewals: Deborah Gibbs, Lori Pendergrass, Brenda Suggs, and Teresa Reynolds. I'd like a motion to accept the new and renewal of the notaries.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion does carry.
I got a question. George, I have a question. Just curiosity for the notaries. Do you use this in your work? Is that a requirement, or why do you do this?
Well, I'm trying to get into it. Over the loan closing, so have to be a notary to do it.
So it'd be associated with the job? Okay, thank you.
Next, you have a composite map which we give to you every month. I'd like a motion, just place this on our.
Make a motion to place it on.
Motion is made and second to place this on the books. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. On the ambulance building, I won't go into great detail because we talked about this in committee, but I'd like the authorization, if I need, to buy the wall board at our ambulance facility. I'd like to have the authorization to go on to do that.
So moved.
Motion is made to allow me, if I need to buy that wall board, and seconded.
Second.
And second, any discussion? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion does carry. Under your sheriff's department, you have, where he's surplusing some old laptop computers.
Like a motion, we laugh, surplus.
A motion is made to allow the sheriff's department to surplus the laptop computers. And seconded. Any discussion? Is this the one where the sheriff wanted to take the money and swap with the Jaws of Life? Also, I need in that motion to allow the county attorney to prepare a contract with the city of Erin in regards to that.
Revise motion to that effect.
Motion is made. Is there, is that okay with the second? And second. Okay. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Major,
Yes.
George Aram,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Bright,
Yes.
James Pazell,
Yes.
Brant Lamastus,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
14 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have the surplus property in regards to the guns at the sheriff's department. I think we've discussed that, where he's wanting to, these are obsolete as far as what they need, and they're going to try and get something that would work.
Make a motion to allow the sheriff to trade guns.
Okay. Motion is made to surplus them and trade them to the question. Is there a second? And second. Any other discussion?
I understand that the sheriff said that he would use these guns to trade in
Yes.
whenever they're going to buy new guns for the department.
That's what he's told us.
And then those guns will belong to the county.
Yes, that's correct. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Major,
Yes.
George Aram,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Brake,
Yes.
James Pazell,
Yes.
Brant Lamastus,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
14 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have your state aid highway department annual work program. This is state aid money that the highway superintendent gets every year, and you have to approve his annual work plan. I'd like a motion to approve the annual work plan for the highway department. Motion's made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote.
William Major, George Aram,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Brake,
Yes.
James Pazell,
Yes.
Brant Lamastus,
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
14 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have a report on debt obligation. If you remember, we borrowed $255,000 for the highway department to purchase some trucks, dump trucks, and the state controller requires me to bring this debt obligation report back to you that we have borrowed that money, and Mr. Phelps, I know, is in the process of purchasing those trucks. But I'd like a motion to place this on our books, this debt obligation report.
So be it.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And second. Any discussion now? If not, roll call vote.
William Major, George Aram,
Yes.
Randall French,
Yes.
Steve Hall,
Yes.
Ray Elliott,
Yes.
Martha Greenfield,
Yes.
Darrell Kingsville,
Yes.
James Van Fleet,
Yes.
Leslie Lewis,
Yes.
Chris Self,
Yes.
Joey Brake,
Yes.
James Bazell.
Yes.
Brent Lamastus.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
14 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have a contract, a copy machine contract at our 911 center. Reason for this, we're going way over the numbers that we're contracting for, and it's costing us a whole lot more. So we're just going to redo a new contract that will fall in line. I'd like a motion to approve this contract for the copy machine. Motion is made. Is there a second? Second. And second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, you have a letter from the county office, Melissa Barker, in regards to space that in the basement of the courthouse. George, you want to give a report on that, since you and I went up there, on what we looked at?
Yeah, Melissa's needing a lot more space because of mandated requirements from the state and federal records. So she's running out of room down there, and she needs a good, dry, secure place to put county records. And I'll have to give her credit. She's done a really terrific job over the past couple of years that she's been doing this thing. And she went from a pile of a big mess of stuff to a well-organized and some really, really interesting artifacts and so forth that she's got together. But anyhow, below the jail, the old jail, there's a space there that is actually in excellent shape. It's better than the room she already has, and she should be able to use that to put a lot of storage there, and it would greatly facilitate the archive. So I'm hoping that we can let her use that, and I know she'd be really appreciative of it.
We're working with the veterans and VFW in regards to that, because they're the ones that's been using that building, and they don't seem to have a problem with it at all. So it looks like it's going to work out real well.
Do you need a motion for that?
I don't need a motion. I think it's something that we're going to work on, and especially even during the budget process, we may have to look at putting some money for shelving, but we're working through that. Okay. We just want to bring it to your attention that we are working on some more room for the Melissa. Next, you have a resolution to establish a property tax freeze implementation committee. You have a copy of that resolution in front of you. On that committee would be, of course, the county mayor, Martha Greenfield, George Jerem, Joy Brake, and Steve Hall. This is something that some counties have done. Does anyone want to really comment on it? I think we talked about it, Jerry.
Yeah, this is what we talked about the other day, is where if you're 65 years of age or older and your income is below $26,800, you could possibly qualify for this tax relief. But at first, we have, as a county, have to accept this resolution. So we're forming this committee to see if it's feasible, to proceed this. So
that's basically what it is. We're forming a committee to look at it to see if it will work for Houston County. I'd like a motion to approve this resolution establishing this committee. Motion is made and seconded. Any other discussion in regards to it? If not, roll call vote.
William Agee.
Yes.
George Jerem.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yeah.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield. Darrell Kingsman.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake. James Bazell.
No.
Brent Lamastus.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
13 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have a resolution you've just got in regards to the purchase of the hospital. I don't mind reading the resolution. Our attorney prepared it for us, and it pretty well sums up in real simple language what we're trying to do. Whereas Houston County Legislative Body has previously voted to fund certain public works projects, namely the purchase and acquisition of local hospital, and whereas it believes that the acquisition of this facility is vital to the county and to the community, and whereas the funding has been available through USDA and approved by the legislative body, and whereas upon purchase it will be necessary to have interim management at the facility to operate same, Whereas through counsel, Adams and Reese, attorney at law, John Griffin is qualified for interim hospital management. Now therefore be it resolved by the legislative body of Houston County assembled in regular session on the 18th day of March that the purchase and acquisition of local hospitals approved, as is the agreement through Adams and Reese, attorney at law, to have John Griffin as interim manager for said facility. Duly passed and approved this 18th day of March 2013.
Make a motion to approve the resolution.
Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion now? If not, roll call vote.
William Mazie. George Jerem.
Yes.
Randall French.
Yes.
Steve Hall.
Yes.
Ray Elliott.
Yes.
Martha Greenfield.
Yes.
Gerald Kingsman.
Yes.
James Van Fleet.
Yes.
Leslie Lewis.
Yes.
Chris Self.
Yes.
Joey Brake.
Yes.
James Fazell.
Yes.
Brent Lamastus.
Yes.
Larry Sykes.
Yes.
14 yes votes.
Motion passed. Next, you have a hospital committee appointments. At this time, I'd like to appoint Randall French, James Fazell, George Jerem, Larry Sykes, and Harry Batten to the hospital committee. This committee will have to work real close with Mr. John Griffin and myself and the staff at the hospital, trying to turn our hospital around through this process of purchasing. Motion is made to appoint this hospital committee. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion?
What was the last name you said?
Harry Batten.
Harry Batten, okay.
With 5.
Gotcha.
Okay. No discussion?
George? There's a lot of folks, I guess, here from the hospital and interested in, you know, this is going to be a group effort. I mean, this is something that, this is going to be our hospital. And we need to solve, if you see problems, we need to take care of the problems. We don't need to let them fester in whatever. We've got to work together, and that's what's going to make this work. If there are any divisiveness or anything like that, that's just going to create problems, and it may jeopardize the hospital. So I'm hoping that we can all work together, and my phone's always there. If anybody needs to complain or make suggestions, please do. Just don't hold back, and let's make this a great success.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I just got one thing.
Okay.
You know, we went through a lot of highs and lows in getting this thing done between yourself and George and Larry and I. But we experienced nothing compared to what the staff at Patient's Choice Hospital has gone through the last few years. We're so fortunate in this little community to have people with that type of dedication to put up with the junk that they've had to do over the last few years. You know, it's only fair to reward them with this type of situation and to honor them for all the hard work they've done. I mean, we're just so fortunate.
Amen.
Anyone else?
I'd like to give them a round of applause.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have a hospital committee. And I'm going to say the same thing that these commissioners said. We still got a lot of work ahead of us, and it's going to take a team effort to make it work. We have a good committee. I think we have a good person coming in as an administrator. He has a real good background, and we're going to do everything we can to make this hospital work. We need this hospital in Houston County. We need it for a lot of reasons. We need it because it's going to save lives. We need it because there's a lot of people employed there. We need it because our parents, our grandparents, even our wives, our children could lose their life over if we don't have this hospital here. And it's going to have a real economic impact to our community in trying to bring additional jobs into our area. So, you know, what's that? Mr. Griffin's going to be here tomorrow at 9:30, between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, and the committee that is just appointed, you're welcome to meet in my office, and then we're going to the hospital, and we'll be up there for a while with him. And then they're going to get to work on figuring out what we really need to do up there. So we're going to start tomorrow morning. Yes, George.
I'm not always in agreement with George Clark, but I'm going to tell you what, he really worked his butt off on this program. He put in tons of hours. He had a lot of health issues of his own in his family, and I think we need to give George Clark for all.
Thank you, but you don't ever do it by yourself. It just don't work that way. You got to have good people helping you, and I've got some good people that's helping me. So thank you. Now let's go on to our next thing on our agenda, which is our budget amendments and transfers. You have under the general fund, you have one from the youth center, Mr. David Cook. Do you have any questions on that one? He's taking $2,000 from maintenance and putting it into food. He's also taking $1,000 from office equipment and putting it into utilities. The one in food will actually make us money. Motion is made to approve the budget transfer at the youth center. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Also under the general fund, you have from our DFC grant, you have $3,084.09 transferring into travel. We don't have a choice. I know y'all don't like travel, but they dictate where we can put this money. It is all grant money, and we need to spend it. And they do make a lot of trips. I'll have to say that. They do a lot of training. I'd like a motion to approve this transfer from the DFC grant.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. This next one is for $17,150. Last year we paid or wrote a check for our title opinion to a title company. We never delivered that check because we weren't ready to do that. Well, after 60 days, those warrants are not good. Well, we're in the position now that we need to pay them. Well, that money came out of our fund balance last year because we wrote that check. Once you write a check, it comes out of your account. Well, the only way I can get that money back in, because it needs to go back into that account, because now I do need to pay them, and is to do what we're doing, take money from the fund balance and put it into legal services. We've checked with our auditors in regards to this. This is money that we spent last year, but we really never delivered the check, so we didn't spend it. And so now we're going to need to spend it because we're going to have to formulate a budget, and we're going to try and recuperate this money back through our grant. I'd like a motion to approve this budget amendment. Motion is made. Is there a second? And seconded. Any discussion?
From your grant, did the grant or the loan?
No, from the loan. It'd come from the loan, not the grant. This is not grant money. This is where last year we paid money or wrote the check but did not deliver it. So after a certain period of time, it's not any good.
It'll come out of the loan, the USDA loan.
That's what we're trying to do. Now we've got to get the receipts so we can turn it back over in the budget and try and get it back through our loan. Okay? Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Next, under solid waste, we're taking $8,000 and putting it into maintenance and repair of equipment. When we have a problem at the convenience center, we've already used our maintenance money. It doesn't take a whole lot, and we're working on those two pieces of equipment up there. And we've got two vital pieces of equipment: the truck and that front end loader. They've got to work. I mean, if they're down, we've got real problems. So we have to always do something to them. This is allowing us to put some more money into maintenance. I'd like a motion to approve the budget amendment for the convenience center.
So moved.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. Excuse me. Under your highway department, this is where we borrowed the money for the purchase of the highway department vehicles. We've got to get it into the account at the highway department where they can actually pay for them. We borrowed the money, we've got it, but it needs to go into the proper account. And this is a budget amendment allowing us to do that. I like a motion is made. Is there a second? Who seconded it? Did you get it? Oh. You get it? Motion is made and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. This next one has to do with debt service. Once we borrow this money, we're going to have to make payments for the remainder of this year, and this will allow us to amend our debt service budget to allow us to make the payments back to USDA for the remainder of this year. That's what this budget amendment is. If we don't do it, once we borrow the money, each month we got to make a payment. So it's got to come out of debt service. So that's what this budget amendment's all about. The $114,000, yes. That's what it'll cost us for the remainder. Actually, it's a little bit high. I always put just a little extra in there, so if the interest don't come out just right, then I'm not coming back to you to amend $2 or $3. So
Is that the remainder of this year?
that's for just the remainder of this year. I'd like a motion to approve this budget amendment for the hospital. Motion is made. Is there a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Motion does carry. With that said, I'd like a motion to adjourn. Motion is made. Is there a second? Second. And seconded. No discussion. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here tonight.